I've been thinking a lot about creativity. Not creativity as a skill, but creativity as a state of being. The instinct to invent, explore, imagine, and express without hesitation. When we're young, it comes to us so naturally. A child approaches the world not as something to decode, but something to reinterpret. A stick isn't a stick, it's a magic wand or a sword. A cardboard box isn't trash, it's a time machine or a cockpit. Psychologists call this divergent thinking, the ability to generate multiple interpretations or solutions from a single input. And children are the masters of it. Not because they're trained, but because they're not interrupted. Then something changes. We enter systems built on correctness, evaluation, and conformity. We stop being rewarded for asking what if and start being rewarded for answering what is. The metric shifts from imagination to accuracy. And it's subtle at first. We hear things like, that's not realistic, that won't work, that's not the right way to do that. Not malicious commands, but cultural nudges toward uniformity. Even creative outlets become performance-based. Art turns into who draws the best, ideas become who's the smartest, originality becomes who copies the most convincingly. Creativity, which once thrived in chaos, now gets filtered through self-consciousness. So we begin editing ourselves before we even start creating. A child draws a horse. A teenager worries if it looks like a horse. And an adult Googles an image of a horse so they don't draw it wrong. The curiosity is still there, but the courage to express it atrophies. And the tragedy isn't that creativity fades, it's that we start believing it's something you earn through talent rather than something you exercise through play. History's greatest creators didn't create because they felt qualified. They created because they felt compelled. Picasso didn't produce masterpieces because he perfected every stroke. He produced them because he produced volume. By age 13, he could already paint like a professional. And by the age of 90, he had created over 50,000 works. Not because they were all brilliant, but because creativity favors repetition over hesitation. The real enemy of imagination isn't topic, it's inhibition. It's the belief that ideas need permission, that creativity needs validation, that exploration needs a destination. When in reality, creativity is just the act of saying, the world could be more than it is right now, so I'll try and add to it. We didn't stop imagining because we got older. We stopped imagining because we started watching ourselves. So the real question is not, how do we become creative again? But when do we give ourselves permission to return to our natural state? Because childhood creativity wasn't naive. It was unfiltered geniusness. And maybe the goal isn't to think less like adults and more like kids. Maybe it's to create without feeling watched again. Anyway, just a thought.